Nityanandam, everyone. So, growing up, my all-time favorite animals or creatures were dragons. Like, I was absolutely obsessed with dragons. They were like my favorite. I used to read like so many books on dragons. Even when I was a little kid, there was like Jeremy Thatcher, Dragon Hatcher, The Dragons of Pern, Aragon series, Harry Potter, The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, like anything that had a dragon, I used to love, love, love. So actually, I had to ask this question in Akashic Records, and I had to ask Galabera if dragons existed, and this is what I got. Akashic Records is having all the information that you want to know, or anything that ever happened in the universe. It is always recorded in these Akashic Records. Now, actually, you can access the Akashic Records through Galaberva, who is the god of space and time. So, growing up, I was actually so obsessed with dragons, and anything dragon related, I love to read. Like, I loved fantasy books, and especially fantasy novels that had dragons in them. So, when I found out about the Akashic readings, I couldn't help but go ask Galaberva if dragons existed. And mind you, there's 436 universes, and in all those 436 universes, there are 7 higher dimensions and 7 lower dimensions. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And this universe that we're in is always ever expanding. So the first time that I went to Akashic readings and I asked if dragons existed, and the answer that I got was no, they don't. And I was so upset because I was like, oh my god, I can't believe like that's the answer that I got. There's Nagas, there's Garuda. Garuda is a being with an eagle head and a human body and wings. So I was so shocked because if someone like Garuda could exist, why couldn't dragons? And so I was like, okay, maybe I had asked the wrong question. So I went a second time, and the second time that I asked, I was like, okay, in the whole multiverse, do dragons exist? And guess what Gulliver said? He said no. And I was just like, what? Like I still couldn't believe it. I was like, okay, I still couldn't believe it because there are so many things, there's so many universes, and in not one planet of this universe dragons existed. So I went another time to Galaberva, and I was like, okay, maybe dragons existed, but they just got extinct like dinosaurs. So I asked, okay, in the whole multiverse, in the past, did dragons exist, but they just died off and they don't exist anymore? And Galaberva looked at me and he said no a third time. And seriously, I was so devastated. I was like, I just didn't understand why that would be it in in the whole universe, in all the planets that are in the universe and stuff, and there were no such things as dragons existing in them. No such thing. No, obviously there are other beings living in other planets, absolutely, but not dragons. And actually, when I had gotten that answer the third time, I guess I was looking kind of bummed because one of my friends had come up to me and she had asked, Mahajaya, why do you look so down? And I was like, oh, it's because Galaberva told me that dragons don't exist, ever, anywhere. And it was just so shocking to me. And so but I thought about it, I thought about it a little bit more, and what I didn't ask is if dragons will exist in the future. Now that is a question that I haven't yet asked, so I think I'm going to ask that next time. And okay, and also, you know, I just wanted to be like, you know, I just wanted to like ride a dragon, you know, like that Disney movie How You Train Your Own Dragon. I wanted to be like that little boy, or I want to be like, you know, like a Game of Thrones like Khaleesi. I don't think she ever rode a dragon though, but still, like, that'd be so freaking cool. So yes, unfortunately, dragons don't exist for some reason, but I haven't asked the question to Galberva fully because I haven't yet asked him if they will exist in the future. And it's so weird because like all, like, you know, a lot of cultures have dragons in them, and like, you know, they're such like cool creatures. Like when I was reading The Hobbit, like my favorite character was Smaug, even though like he was an evil creature as they portrayed him. Like I just thought he was so cool just because he was a dragon. So thank you so much, and if you have any comments or questions, you can write them below. And if you think what I have to say is interesting, you should definitely check out Swamiji's YouTube channel, which I'll give a link in my video and below. And yeah, so thank you so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Also, just another thing, if you want to, you know, go to the Akashic Records, and if you want to do a reading for yourself, you can just write your email below, and I will definitely forward you that email so that you can sign up for Akashic Records and get your own questions answered. Or you can always ask a question below, and I will definitely go to the Akashic Records and see, like, you know, the answer to your questions. So thank you so much, and have a great day.